Hi, I'm SalmonMan and welcome back, and guess what? We're not being fucked with. I didn't look up anything to spoil me, but the praise is still fucking everywhere. No one's fucking around with me. This all seems to be just wait it out. It's just building the story for us, so okay, it's a lot of fucking reading. So now we get to show our poem to them. Let's start with our friend, our bestest friend. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. Okay, good. She's my good friend after all. This is a good poem, Kevin. Are you sure it's your first time? Yeah. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Am I? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in this fucking classroom. Or, well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Kevin. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. She doesn't. She has no idea. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. I'm sorry, I'm after the big-titted anime bitch. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. I'll hold you to that. Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Really? I get to read their poems? Oh god, I'm gonna throw up. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I want breakfast. What are you making? Breakfast. Breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Sure you did. I didn't mean to say that. It wasn't a bad poem. It came out nice, or should I put it just sounds like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Cute. Did you see both my eyes just twitch like crazy right there? This is hard on me. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. No, I won't. Okay, how about you, little creepy preschooler? Kevin, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What the fuck? Yeah, you mean bitch. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Taste that dick, bitch. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Okay, fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Oh my god! There's preschooler music now. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. God. Oh yeah. A little bit came out there. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. Don't lie to her, man. I like it. What? Just be honest. I fucking hate it. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. I didn't fucking take it seriously at all. That isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. What message? Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem, when I said the cheetah can run, and that eagles can fly, and the people can try. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. But sure, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. You didn't do that on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. That's about it. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from a younger one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. You really need to care how old everyone is. Look at this girl. You really need to care how old everyone is. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. You really need to care. Alright, let's check out Bays. Let's check out Bays. Hey, Bay. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Oh, see, she likes my shit. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her full face with her fucking red lines of embarrassment. She doesn't even have eyes anymore. She's so embarrassed. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find any type of fucking actual word to speak to me. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style, separate them from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Well, this bitch is a goddamn genius. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Why are we asking that? I'm not asking that. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, this looks a little more serious of a poem. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last, yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, and I flicker back. Ooh, actually it was pretty good. Look, I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't actually that bad. You didn't have terrible handwriting. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem, which I actually did kind of like that. That really wasn't that bad. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Bitch, don't write a longer one. These small ones are fine. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? And massacres? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Kevin. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a fucking picture. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck. I needed that. I'm sorry. I need to, like... In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... No, it wasn't. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Do you think so? Still, the longest fucking hair. Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Kevin. Oh, me too. We're doing this last one. I'm ending this episode. I've seriously looked this up, okay? It's in a list for the top 15 horror games of this year, and we're at the end of 2017 right now during this recording. And it's not the last one on the list either. Hi, Kevin. Having a good time so far? Not yet. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? I'll keep it in mind. Like, can we move it along? Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Kevin. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. It's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Kevin. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it counts when I put some effort in. Alright, I like that. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Okay, that's why. So she's into happiness and sadness is the best friend. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze all of its nuances. I can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. No, I won't. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Hers is... Actually, I don't know what she likes. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Oh, okay. I see. Well, let's read it then. A hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image of this game. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That wasn't too bad. Weird. That wasn't too bad. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I mean, weird. Sorry, I'm not really into the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany, elephant recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh boy. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of what the fuck is this game. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm clicking this button, going with the fucking flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Holy Christ. Few is right. This is taking a real toll on me at this point. I've been playing for like an hour and a half now. I'm ending it here. Okay. We're gonna keep going. The people are swearing by this. God, I know they're just building story, but Jesus Christ, it's taking forever. Alright, guys. I'm the SalmonMan. Thanks for coming back and watching the Doki Doki Literature Club KAWAII. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Again, I do not blame you if you don't. But I will see you next time, so bye.